Call the meeting to order. First order of business is to election of officers.
We're going to do pledge of allegiance.
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, we are
Nope,
doing that.
right, in order. I would entertain a motion for a nomination for president.
I nominate Dave Zyla for president.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. You want to do the?
Yep, I'll, and then I will make a motion for Justin to be vice chair.
I second that.
Got a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Executive session.
I would make a motion that we go into executive session for not more than 30 minutes.
Okay. Second?
I second.
Okay. We will be in executive session for 30 minutes.
I don't
We're going to call the meeting back to order. If you could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and then stay standing for the invocation. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lord, we ask that you look over our association and its members. We ask for safety during this weather coming up. keep everybody warm and look after each other. And we ask that you guide us in the right directions for our association. In your name we pray. Amen. So in executive session, we discussed quite a few things. The first thing we got to jump around. I'll start with this. On January 31st, Sugar Valley Lakes was cited for an underage sale of alcoholic beverage to a minor. Our employee received immediate disciplinary action, and the violation has been sent to Topeka for review, and the final penalty or repercussions in regards to that. We don't know what that is yet, so we'll have to wait for Topeka. The other thing, we're doing away with a half-hour executive session at the beginning of the meetings. We are going to move the executive session as needed back into the meeting structure itself, probably before new business. When that was brought up, we were doing the collections, the attorney was here, there was legal, that was there. Of course, you can see our lawyer doesn't come. So we don't think the need for the half-hour executive session is no longer needed. So we're going to do away with that. So our meetings going forward will start at 6:30. There will be no half-hour executive session. The other thing, our skid loader needs motor replaced. So I will entertain a motion for the repairs for the skid loader.
I make a motion that we authorize $15,000 for the repair of the skid steer, including motor and labor.
I got a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. The 12,000 was already bid out and budgeted for this year's replacement, so that's already in our budget. Same as the next one, which is the Fairway motor. The decks on that are beyond repair. We've welded them about as many times as we can weld them. So they are out of commission currently. We will need a motion for replacing the Fairway decks on the mower.
I make a motion to replace the Fairway motor deck in the amount of $10,000.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
How much was that, 6,000?
10,000.
10.
And 10,000, and that is budgeted as well. Both of those were budgeted to be replaced this year, so. The other thing I'm gonna need a motion on is Sugar Valley Lakes has looked at our pay and the time we do, the timeline between pay. Frankly, we're weekly right now. We pay out weekly. The board is going to put a motion out that we change that from weekly pay to biweekly pay. Not only does that cut down on the payroll labor, checks, printing, everything involved. So if I could get a motion to move payroll from weekly to biweekly, and then this would be the 30 days notice for that change to happen.
I make a motion that we change the payroll from paying weekly to paying biweekly and get a 30-day notice to the employees.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
On the equipment that you guys are gonna be paying, the 10,000 and the other
Yes.
on the motor, can somebody send him to training school on what it needs to do on those so he quits blowing them up? I'm not trying to be a smart ass, I'm just being,
I think the maintenance reports will help some of that. So
Not blown up, it's worn out.
that was worn out. That was
Is
heavily.
it worth putting a motor in, is my question.
We've looked at that.
It's got so many
I
other
talked to
issues.
Skyler about it today. He said the only thing wrong with it's the motor.
Okay.
It's worth nothing without a motor, so.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and it's very expensive to replace it. So.
How many hours were on that motor at that time?
Ooh, I don't even know that question. That's why I asked for the maintenance reports. So we'll have that information on at least a quarterly basis. So.
So how come the motor wasn't replaced, because they knew back in spring when they did all the other work to it, that the motor was bad, how come it wasn't
I think they did just what they could to get it by, with the understanding that when we wrote the budget this year that we could budget that in. That was it for executive session. So minutes from previous meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the previous meeting?
I motion. Go ahead.
You got it? Sorry.
You're fine.
We have Kate.
I second and motion, and so does he. So.
Katie motion, Justin second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Financial report.
Okay, you have an opportunity to pick up financial report. You might notice that the budget has been included in the financial report between the 25 and 24 years. Basically, we have about 5 out of 5, 5 and 5. 5 of them were not as good as last year, including snack bar, golf course, bathhouse. Of course, bathhouse, we're not there yet. Pool, of course, we're not there yet. And the rest of them were all better than last year. And you might have noticed at the bottom, under the net income, last year at this time we were $8,874 negative, and this year we are $17,237 positive. That's it.
Manager's report. Tracy's not here. I do have her report. For the manager's report, this is just a reminder, assessments are due March 1st. They'll start accruing late fees April 1st. March 1st, we'll start giving out permits and keys for the 2025 season. So be sure to get your boats and ATVs permitted. Hidden Valley Clubhouse got a much needed makeover. Thank you to all those that helped throughout the process. If you haven't stopped by, I encourage you to check it out. The board meeting in March, this is probably very important, has been moved to March 24th. It was originally scheduled on the 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, and I don't think anybody wants to sit at a board meeting when we all could be drinking beer. So official notice that March 24th is the meeting for March. That will be at Hidden Valley Clubhouse. And then just a reminder that moving forward, all meetings will start at 6:30 without the executive session. Travis Needham, if the snow falls, which it sounds like it's going to, sounds like he's been made contact to take care of the snow at Hidden Valley. And then Skylar said the plow is ready to plow snow at Sugar Valley. So I don't know if it moves, but he says it's ready. So.
Do we have sand or salt to put down when they don't plow?
They have some top dressing, but when they don't plow,
When they don't plow?
you're going to lose it in whatever you have.
Yeah, but there's instances where there's not enough snow really for them to come out, like a 9-acre hill, there needs to be a subsequent down.
Yeah.
That was a disaster.
We have been looking into some salt. We need to maybe discuss it at some point.
Yeah.
Our maintenance guy at Hidden Valley's been putting chat on the hills, thin
So
layers.
we got some
It seems to
sand.
help, so, yeah.
Yeah, I think you've seen the piles of hand sand laying at the top of the hills, so they've
They
been.
just do it with shovels.
You good? Yeah. Okay. We'll move on. Old business, there isn't any. New business, approve the committee members. Honestly, we're not going to name a bunch of names off at this meeting. We'll publish a list and we'll put it in the office. There's only a few architect, audit committee, where those are, limited as far as size, just because, it's hard to round up. Otherwise, if you were signed up in good standing, you're probably on the committee you signed up for. I think that's the easiest way to make that announcement. Committee reports. Lori?
Yeah, hi, Lori Tomilleri, I'm on the Codes Committee. I wanted to say welcome to our new board members, and also whoever our new committee members are as well. Thinking about setting up the next meeting around April for that.
Okay.
So for all the board members and all the new committee members, we'd like to ask that you please take time to go to the website under Rules and Regs, there's a handbook. This handbook includes all the bylaws and covenants and regulations request that has 5 steps in it. It goes from just a notification that there's been a violation submitted to a fee of $100, $200, $300, and then eventually a lien on your property. And also, whoever has a violation can come to the board for follow-up and appeals and things like that. So it's pretty important that you guys know all those rules. I just want to say thank you for saying the term "in good standing," because I think it's really important that owners who are in good standing are able to use the resources of the lakes, including the volunteers and the hired employees, because everybody needs to do their part to keep up with their bills and take care of any violations they may have and stay in good standing. And I just want to give you a quick update on where we are. So we've had 26 violations submitted in the last year, 6 from Hidden Valley and 20 from Sugar Valley. 6 of those have been resolved. Most of these are trash and debris. And then we have 18 in progress still. Some of those are getting pushed over to the building committee because there's some building violations and things like that. And then there's 2 in lien. And what we're finding is a lot of times these that are being ignored and going through the 5 steps I showed, they probably also have liens on their property anyway from non-payment and things. So eventually they all end up in the lien bucket if they're not resolved. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
What?
Leans our way.
Some might find out.
Committee report?
Excuse me, can I say something about?
Yeah, go ahead. Totally.
I don't know how many of you people noticed, but it seems to me that there's a lot more trash on our roads. And I'm picking up trash all the time. And it's our community, If you see something, say something. If you can, pick up some trash. Like I said, I pick it up. In fact, I've talked about bringing a trash bag in and just laying it here in front of the board board members. This is our community, and I'm proud of it. But when I see that trash, it doesn't make me proud. It makes me feel like we've got some members that just don't care. And we know that. And anytime you live in any community, there's people that care and people that don't care. And hopefully you got more that care than don't care. So anything you can do would be appreciated.
Did you have anything for committee?
Oh, audit committee, I want to apologize. We had our meeting on the 7th of February, had a little trouble getting it together. I didn't get the report done. I've had some personal issues I've had to deal with. And I will have it for the next board meeting. But I want to mention one thing. We do now have a CPA on the audit committee. And he's already come up with some really good ideas. And he's looking at things real carefully. So I think that'll make people a little happier about the audit committee, that it's being looked at really closely.
Who's that?
Dan Kuhn.
Architect committee's got 1 permit this year today, and it was approved as far as I know.
I think the rec committee had a pretty good turnout, I think, for the crock-pot night.
You're going to have to speak up.
Okay, the rec committee had a good turnout for the crock-pot night that we had. It was pretty good food, different foods that we haven't had before, and some new faces that we haven't seen. Candy said that she'll start getting together with the people that signed up on the committee when she finds out who's on the committee, and then that will be shortly. And then she's going to start looking for donations for the Easter event that's going to be coming up, and looking for people to assist with that. And that's all that she said on that for the rec committee. And then bingo this last month was pretty good since Donna's not here. But bingo was a small crowd for us. Unfortunately, I think it was there was a double funeral that day for some of the boys. But we had a good time at bingo, I want to say. Next month, remember there's only 1 bingo a month.
What does she have coming up? March?
I don't remember when bingo was for March.
No, I was talking rec.
I think bingo's the first Saturday of the month. They have one now. if I'm understanding
First
correctly,
Saturday.
first Saturday of the month. Yep.
I know that the polar plunge,
Do we have a date, any information on that?
they're gonna do the polar plunge.
They're,
Somebody's gonna do a polar
I
plunge.
did mine already.
they're trying to get a polar
Yeah.
plunge together,
There's a
so.
few people that are interested in doing it, and then we're gonna do a soup up here for those that are interested in doing it. I know there's a few people that are
I'll
involved
referee.
wanting to do it.
I'll bid you
Count
out.
me out on that, cause I'm not getting in freezing cold water. But there's a few people that wanna join in on the polar plunge. I'm not sure what they're asking for the donations on that or not.
More information will come on that one.
More information's gonna come shortly on that. But I think that's it for that. And then for the publicity committee, we're trying to finish up the calendars. We are going to, ask for the business, if anybody wants to advertise.
Yep, and then we'll probably print next weekend, I think.
Yep, and then next
So
weekend
they
is
should
when
be-
we're planning on printing.
They're getting pretty close.
So everybody's just kinda gotta remember that even though it's been a year since we moved down here, we have just starting to get our printing stuff all up and.
Hidden Valley Rec?
Yeah.
Tammy, hold,
I want to add to the bingo for February. Donna collected $40, and that $40 was donated to the two boys that passed away to go for their funeral expenses. So
Amen.
bingo went to a good cause.
Yeah, I don't think anybody kept their winnings either,
No.
did they? Everybody donated it
Everybody
right back.
donated it back, and it went directly to them.
So Hidden Valley has their bingo this Friday at 6. We're also gonna be serving tacos that night. And Saturday, we have the Queen of Hearts as usual, but then we also have been, making a habit every, I guess for the past 3 weeks of just a game night. We've been playing cards up there and having a lot of fun, so we've been having some good crowds.
that's when?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, Queen of Hearts is at 8 on Saturday.
The Valentine's party went well.
Valentine's party went pretty well. Pretty much everybody who, said they were gonna come came. Yeah, band was great. We made just the right amount of food.
I think we still need to look at that menu. I think that needs to happen.
To follow up on what Mike was saying, was that in the years past, the rec committee had done an Earth Day, which I believe is in April, but don't call me that.
It is, I think it's April.
But on Earth Day, they'd come up to the clubhouse, get a trash bag, fill it up, come back and get a free breakfast.
You know, that's a good idea.
Wow,
That's,
I like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
We have a date?
That don't mean we're going for ball either.
That doesn't
No, you gotta use approved bags.
Do we have a date?
Do you want to do it on,
Spray,
Do we have a date?
orange spray. something.
Earth Day, whenever.
Okay.
what's Earth Day, 2025? Yeah, Earth Day, 2025.
We did that when we were running.
Sounds like a hell of an idea.
Can I say one more thing about the Valentine's Day parade?
Yes.
We
You said
started,
April 22nd.
we started to
April
sell
22nd.
buckets of beer, and we had every bucket out on the tables. Everybody loved the
phenomenal
buckets.
night on beer buckets.
Okay.
It went real well.
Yeah.
That was your clubhouse thing rather than rec.
That was the club. That was clubhouse sale.
Yeah.
Well, that was a clubhouse thing, but
That's a Tuesday.
it was a recognition.
Earth Day's on a Tuesday.
It went very well.
Don't matter to me.
You may want to do it the Sunday before Earth Day.
What do you think? Would that be better on a weekend?
Yeah, we're gonna wanna do it when our
That's a
cook is here.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Maybe the kitchen should be open.
I'm not listening.
Oh, you're the man. Yeah, yeah.
Any other
I nominate
committee,
him.
Charge a bucket of beer.
any other committee reports?
Charge the buckets of beer.
They're on the new menu.
On our menu,
Oh, is it on our?
uh,
Oh. $17.50 for Michelob Ultra.
And they're selling
premium.
pretty good.
Yeah, they were all.
Oh, they went always so good.
Yeah, they were.
And that's on your game nights?
No, we do it on.
It's every
Well,
night.
yeah.
That's every night
That's
now.
on Every night
Yeah,
now.
I don't remember now, but.
Do you only do Michelob or is it any beer? No, we
Well, the
have
other beers are like
15.
Bush
15.
and Bush and
There's a
Natty
lot of
Lights are
stuff.
on the regular $15 ones.
We're gonna move on. least I smile when I say it. Open forum, open forum. See, like right now, open forum. 2 minutes, members in good standing.
Hey, I'm John, the hawk rider. I live at 74 Golf Course Drive. And anyway, real happy to be here. Really like the neighborhood. But I've been I've been extremely disappointed in the way I just see care taken of some of these roads. You know, you guys have, I heard like Dave say just the other day that, we need to start keeping track of maintenance. That's great. You're a long ways behind, a long ways. And that's being a good steward of people's money. Over here grading roads on top of hard pan, the ground spreads it, and dumping gravel on there. It's a complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. Who do we have running? And it doesn't appear to me that he has very much, if any, experience. And not taking away from the guy, that's not his fault. It's our fault for cooking in that place. And I'd just like to see better. And I'd like to talk to you. Last Thursday, you heard what happened in front of my house.
Excuse me?
Last Thursday, what happened in front of my house? Last Thursday, had a truck or car pull in, do a donut from my house.
I'm going to ask that you talk to the board,
I'm
not
sorry.
our security. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
And anyway, he went, you could see where he did donuts all around the neighborhood. Guy had paid $1,372 to replace my window. That happened because the video cameras on my phone or on my, front door there. That was a 2-hour and 15-minute time span since he started. It's the time he got his truck stuck on the berm in front of my house till another truck came and pulled him out. Now, I just appreciate a little bit better eye over things, so it doesn't cost people like money a lot. You know what I mean?
So that was somebody that was on your lot.
No, it was on Golf Course Drive, and you can see where he started in down at that entrance, drove, fish dealing all the way up the road on the back of the 9-acre lake. He came and did donuts in this intersection. He also came down Golf Course Drive, driving like a jackass. Got his car stuck on top of the berm on the golf course side of that ditch there. Then he took off walking across. I could follow his footprints all the way to his house over here. Not real right. And then he had his truck come pull him out. When his truck came to pull him out, he turned around my driveway. We're doing a burnout the whole time and busted out on my front windows.
John, did you ever alert the sheriff at all?
No.
If we
No,
can
I
do a
didn't.
violation on that too, and give him the.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
It's horseshit.
I whip his ass.
yeah.
That's not the way you do it.
Mark, do you know the information on that?
No, first I heard about it, but I will follow up on it.
Yeah, can you get with Mark on that,
Yeah,
get some
yeah,
information? We'll figure out
If
what
he
we'll do
lives here
from
in the
there.
lake, we'll give him a violation.
Anybody else?
That's all,
Yeah, but we don't get paid for them.
Well, then Glenn,
You want to fight over it? I don't think you can go ahead.
Well,
First of all, when I've called Mark, he's done an excellent job. I on my phone, if I pick up anything, and I had people on my dog not paying all the response has been great. You got to call, let them know, right? I'll leave that message.
Same here. I get a hold of Mark and he's on it.
My name's Ken Bruss. It's amazing. You said what you were going to say, or what you said regarding roads. May not look like this. I'm trying to lose weight by walking, and I've been walking the roads down the hill, down below the dam. I'm on plot 26, plot 79, right south end of the dam. I walk down and around, down below, and I actually was quite pleased to see the rock. And I noticed on the January expense, there's been some money spent rock in filling in some of the holes. So when I walk around, I said, there really wasn't a whole lot of mud. Yeah, there's always some potholes, but until you dig them up and get rid of them permanently, they'll come back. The dam, yeah, there's boulders that stick through. And I don't know what, unless you put a base rock on there, but I've gone 2.8 miles
We've
around.
changed the rock. We're not getting clean rock anymore.
Yeah.
So we're
that area, 2.8 miles around, is fine, and also up around by Sprouts, that loop is another 2+ miles. I just want to say, actually, when I was been walking, it's been much improved. Again, it's not SVL and it's not all the lake, but the areas that I've walked, I've noticed there's been large rock put in and put in a good base, and actually I was quite pleased to walk because obviously there's a lot of chatter regarding roads. There's a long way to go.
There's a long way to go.
But nevertheless, the roads that I did walk on were much improved, and I can tell that there had been new gravel delivered, so I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Ken, along that line, we walk our dogs twice a day, every single day of the year, 1 to 2 miles, in the morning and in the afternoon. Basically from the boat ramp to the tennis court, from the lake to K7. We're not walking that whole thing, but part of it, and we're seeing the same thing. There are some problems, there's some potholes, but basically the road's pretty good.
The only other piece is regarding trash. It's great to do it on an Earth Day, and I can tell you what, I can bring 2 food fare bags literally every time I walk and fill them up. And there's just a few people that just don't have an appreciation, but kind of messes my walk a little bit. But it is something to be, and it's usually there's glass, it's all beer cans, it's you name it. It's the plethora.
I picked the rug up at the corner, dragged it home,
Okay.
threw it on the trailer.
My recommendation would be
Laying in the road.
there are people that can adapt certain blocks or certain areas.
Well, I suggested that and it got shot down. And I thought the same thing. A couple of years ago, I suggested that.
It's the only way that you're going to have it.
But you can still adopt it without officially, if you want an area. I know a lot of you do that, but an area that you're in regularly, go ahead and pick up trash.
Thank you.
Dan wants to talk more about Earth Day.
Well, the deal with the Earth Day was, it's kind of like the first, when it's starting to warm up, pick up all the winter trash, get the place looking good for summer. I would also like to see, and I've said this year after year, that the mowing happens on the big 3. Memorial Day, July, and Labor Day. If we could just mow around the edges of the roads and make it look like, somebody cares, that would be great. The reason why I would like to know if you guys collectively, plus Tracy, have a plan, business plan. 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Is there a plan? Or are we just winging this month to month?
I would say it's month to month.
Well, it was obvious after that cluster.
That was a cluster, and to be honest with you, if we have members that react that way in a board meeting here, they will be asked to leave. We're here to conduct business. Conducting business is what we will do. It needs to be conducted in a professional manner. That's members, board, that's everybody across the board. So I'm going to make that point right now. It will not be tolerated. Moving on. Yes, we have a plan.
Somebody else.
And the reason why I think it went totally off the tracks was there was no plan. We just won $100, and that was it. We need to pay off debt. We need to. Do this.
I will say there was a lot learned from that situation. A lot of things that should have been handled different, and I will say if it comes down to that, it will not be handled that way again. I can guarantee you.
Agitators to really derail.
No, we're not. I mean, Justin brought up, what was that, November's meeting, getting together a planning, and that was more, with that, is to try and get something that can look out. What do we look at 5 years? What do we look at 10 years? Is rock on roads really the most valuable thing when you look out 10 years, what it's gonna cost, And we're all volunteers, and so I think Justin's thought was if we could get a group of volunteers that could see that and look at those and point those things out, that it could give a little better direction. To a certain point, there is some liability issues that you have to, we have to do. That's even like volunteering to run our equipment, you know, like you're not an employee of our association, so. Yeah. So, you know, so I know people have volunteered in that, but, you know, you have to understand there's reasons why we don't accept volunteers, and probably a liability issue more than it is, you know, anything. Anybody else for open forum?
I do have a question. Any more on what the deal or plan is with Leon's house that burnt down a year and a half or so ago?
That's coming in off of
On
Payne?
Payne?
Yeah,
Last I heard you guys said it was.
it's still
up in-
probate.
But then, I mean, and this is.
Well, then I know it's still
what
probate.
has been said is that the ex-wife has the papers and turned that property over to Sugar Valley.
I will.
Because it was supposed to be in probate, but because the kids were young, she had the papers that stated that she was just going to turn it back over because they didn't have the money to pay the fees or any of that kind of stuff. So it was supposed to be turned back over to Sugar Valley. So if that's the case, how soon can something be done with that? That's horrible.
Well, if anybody in communication, that's, I mean.
Well, I know, the lawyer is who's the one who's found the information out that we found out that it was in the probate and that it's gonna be tied up with that. I'll have to see on this, cause I hadn't heard that, so
Okay.
we can verify that, and then I don't know, because as you know, our skid loader is out, so that would be part of that equation too. So, but I think we'd have to find out if this is even
Right, if
Yeah.
that is correct, true.
feasible.
Has anybody talked with the county about getting some of their asphalt mill and having it dumped in the pile so you guys can spread it out, use it where, on all these flat spots?
It used to be you could get it all the time, and then they started remixing it back in.
Well,
There's still some.
down on 7 Highway.
Tammy, you used that, didn't you? Yeah. And I think it,
I went direct to the contractor that was actually doing the work for the state, and that's how I got mine.
and how long has that been down now? Is that,
Oh, probably 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time for new. I just been kind of waiting to see if 7 Highway's gonna get resurfaced or something.
well,
Call the contractor.
it might have to. Either way, it's
Yeah.
falling apart.
Are there restrictions as to where that valve asphalt can be relative to water?
Well, I think that was, I think that had already been, I think we've already looked at that, because it had been put down in the past. And that was brought up, and I believe that it was,
5 years ago,
yeah.
the contractor in the state of Kansas will not allow the contractor to resell the asphalt millings to any place where it'll hurt the environment. It just don't happen. So that's how we were able to get the asphalt millings. And it was like 28 tons, and it cost us $200, which is a lot. And granted, some of it had trunks, but you know what? It was
Oh, some of it's gonna come chunky though, yeah.
It was well worth it, and then we tamped it down with a roller, so it worked out really great.
Okay.
And it was nice dust control, especially when we lived on Mother Lane.
I just thought an alternative for these roads next to, all that road next to 7 Highway, they're not gonna wash into the lake.
Well, yes, and that would be, but as far as the planning goes, I think we're in discussion, what do we look at? And that's part of that too, because it's like, do we continue dumping rock, or do you look at, you know, well, yeah, a lot of stuff moves. Anybody else over for him, Reed? Oh, you Reed? She's on her phone. Reed?
Yeah, at the annual meeting, the other guy that was running for the SVL, position, he made a comment about the size of the payroll for the association. He said like $500,000. I thought, wow, that sounds kind of high. But I added it up, and the salaries and the payroll taxes add up to just under $500,000 for an association that has an income of $1,018,000. That seems excessive to be paying almost half of your income in salaries.
The one thing I would like to point out is that we are very labor intensive. So there is not anything we do here that doesn't require somebody either manning it or looking over it. So everything you see from mowing to, you know, everything that goes on is labor intensive. We have nothing that we can just come in and say, okay, this building can float by with one employee. We have 4 or 5 of them out there in the field that are working 8 hours a day. I think I figured it out. Sugar Valley alone is almost 40 hours of labor a day during the start of the summer season. That's per day. We're paying 40 hours, and that was maintenance and office, you know, and what little snack bar. So, or it's not 5 people. I mean, we have 5 people on maintenance in the busy side. We have 2 full-timers and we have 2 full-time in the summer, 2 full or part. They switch to part-time in the wintertime. And so you have 4 maintenance staff right alone on any given day that we're working here. Plus during the summer, it's not uncommon to pull in a part-timer and have them working. Then you have your snack bar employees and your hourly labor. I mean, you're talking, and then you're not including those over at Hidden Valley. And then you have maintenance in those over at Hidden Valley. So it does add up fast. It may seem astronomical, but just know we look at it. I mean, I say the same thing, but I think it's justified. I think people don't put in relation what actually we have going on any given day.
I think we're average 16 employees total, is that correct?
Well, it was, in the summer is 19 employees.
Yeah, so 16 is roughly an average. Do the math on that, it's not a lot of pay.
Yeah, that's what we named, yeah, that's between the snack bar and the office and the maintenance. That was, in fact, when we had the health insurance come down. We had a spreadsheet, we had to provide a spreadsheet of our employees' names, and I can tell you it was 19 employees.
Is this being audited in any way?
Is our association being audited?
No, I mean salaries and,
We,
I mean, is the guy mowing the yard getting salaries for mowing and the golf course?
you know, like you know what our starting wages are, like.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's not, you know, we're not out. We can't pay a lot of money for things. So.
I've been signing the paychecks the last 4 weeks, and believe me, it's hard to believe the salaries. I mean, it's very low.
It's low.
Well, I don't know how you can say that when right here on administrative, salaries and payroll for both places, you guys have budgeted $171,000. You only got 3 people in administrative.
There is.
3 people in your administrative office.
There are 3 people in the administrative office, and then I had also explained this to you already, that we have time that is out in snack bars and other areas that get reallocated to that designation of administrative time, because it's not snack bar they're doing administrative time.
Okay,
so we roll that back over.
Why can't you guys separate that as well?
I would,
so that's understandable.
we're currently looking at that sheet you're looking at, so I would not throw much in regards to how it's formatted on that sheet, because we do think that it's not very easy to read. I don't know how it needs changes. It needs to be reformatted. So we've already talked. We've pulled some ideas together. We'd like more information on them. So that's in the works. So I would say if we could hold off on that conversation until we see that new piece of paper, and then we can all complain.
Do you have Jolita's printout that she was told she
I do
would
not
get
have
this
it.
month?
And Jolita's not here. So anybody else for Reed?
You don't have,
This deal on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Yeah.
fundraising for golf, you brought it up last month.
Yep.
I applaud people looking at ways to bring money in to the association. My question is, and I'm not trying to throw cold water on this thing, my question is that our covenants, our bylaws, our rules say that the common properties, which the golf course is, are only for the use of members and guests. So how are we getting around that?
So when you are a fundraiser, so when we have a fundraiser, we attach that to a group, a club, organization, whoever it is. when that non-member comes onto our association, they are a guest of whatever group is putting that on. So when I did the crawfish boil, all 70-some people that came through this door were guests of mine, or the publicity committee as a whole. That's how the golf that's how the golf fundraiser,
So they're with those people?
they will be out and about. I mean, that's gonna be, you gotta remember,
It's
we're
not
gonna.
the only tournament we did.
They're excited. I mean, you know, they would like to see this. I think they want to see more people use our golf courses,
Okay, that's all I need.
is what it is, so, okay.
Do you guys still, if I buy a load of gravel, do you guys haul it? 'Cause I'm looking for
Yes.
gravel hauled in here, and I'd like to work with you guys, and, that got mentioned to me by a neighbor, and,
Yeah, call the office. It's, you buy a load, they dump a load out front of your house. So, Becky?
Well,
Okay, so somebody had mentioned the trash bag thing, to bring it up to the,
No, go ahead, Becky.
oh, somebody had mentioned the trash bag thing and bringing it back up to the clubhouse to get a
Free breakfast.
free breakfast. You know, National Cleanup Day is the third Saturday of every month.
At home or out here?
No, I mean, I looked it up, National Cleanup Day is the third Saturday of every month. Cause I was like, I wonder when it actually.
Hey, what are you doing the third Saturday of every month?
maybe a couple of
Saturday. Like January 18th was Global Day of Service, the 15th was Heart of Alcohol
Okay.
Outdoors, and so forth.
Well,
So I'm just saying, that's something maybe to look into, maybe just once a
the
month.
third, yeah, we could look at that. Anybody else?
Second.
Open forum? That's it? I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.